Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and in this vid we're finally taking a look at the Gunner. This is the last class we needed to break down, and tomorrow, if all goes well, I'll have the tier list for all 5 classes in Dark Descent, so stay tuned for that. The Gunner is a class dedicated to firepower and dealing as much damage as effectively and quickly as possible. When it comes to damage in this game, there are 2 sides, the other classes and the Gunner. I'm gonna explain why this kit probably feels like it was put together with the most focus, because everything on the Gunner works to make him better at doing his job. And that is dismember, kill and suppress the opposition in order to make the squad's life easier. Let's take a look at the class attributes first. Weapon training, M56 Smart Gun. The Marine can equip the M56 Smart Gun as a primary weapon. You can see it here. You have to first research it in the workshop. The Smart Gun is available to develop pretty early on. As soon as you have a Gunner, you can research the Smart Gun, and you need to research the Smart Gun in order for the Gunner to have access to it. So this is a weapon unique to this class, no one else can use it, and it's damn effective, unlike that other Aliens game we've been playing for a couple of years now, where the Smart Gun is a freaking joke. Very effective, damaging, and posting a huge clip, a very viable tool in the hands of the Gunner. Bonebreaker increases the dismemberment chance of the Marine's primary weapon by 1 point. Now what does that mean? I'll go in here. Gonna have a look at the guns. The pulse rifle has dismemberment chance of 0.5%. Then we got the Smarty, it's 0.3, even lower. Heavy pulse rifle 0.6 and plasma 0.5. These numbers seem pretty low, but remember the rate of fire, the amount of Marines firing, and you get a gist of how it's calculated. Having a trait that gives you 1 whole point in this, it's pretty insane. One might think that it might be a good idea to go heavy pulse, and tell me if this reminds you of the Kramer or not, because I think I'm going crazy here. I think it looks like the Kramer for Friday Elite. I'm not 100% sure, but it has the highest base dismemberment chance. It can be coupled with other traits to make it even more effective, but we're gonna discuss this in a sec. Unleash Hell. The higher the Marine stress is, the higher the firing rate. This is a tricky one. I wouldn't recommend you let your Marines go apeshit so you can have more rate of fire for your Gunner, or you might want to train 5 Gunners for shits and giggles, put them in a situation where they have to fight an onslaught for half an hour and see what happens afterwards. Is this viable? Might be. Am I gonna do it? Hell no. Let's go to the commons. Redemption is a staple, it's awesome, I highly recommend it. Mind of Steel, Marine automatically heals 1 trauma point per campaign turn, is excellent. Unbreakable Will, the Marine is no longer subjected to the tired effect or the exhaustion effect, and I will take fast if I don't have a recon in the team, although you're probably gonna have a recon in the team. What I want to focus on for a bit is Hardened, that gives you extra armor. Extra armor is good, but the problem with this game is since you cannot create a formation, you can't have the Gunner at the forefront, soaking damage with more armor. So having some extra health and some extra armor on every single one of your Marines is a good idea, but sadly, it doesn't really mean that this will be the Marine soaking up the damage. Now what I want you to focus on is Dead Eye. I don't have it on my Gunner sadly, because this was in 1 save run, so I just picked what was given to me and I never rolled it. But having Dead Eye on level 1, 2 or even 3 is an excellent investment, since they automatically gain added benefits from dismemberment stats. So if you're gonna go ham on the Xenos with the Smart Gun and added dismemberment, I highly recommend Deadeye. Now let's look at upgrades. Staples is pouches. You loot more to carry back to the Otago. You carry more on the field to have more stuff to use in a pinch. More medkits and more tools are always very welcome. And then aiming sight improves accuracy by 5 points. Why the hell would you not want more accuracy? there is an argument here to go for extended clips, I'm not gonna lie. So if someone wants to go wider clip and they are going to use the smart gun, this might actually be a good idea. The Marine will keep firing long after the rest of the squad is out and reloading. It's a so-so pick for me. I wouldn't waste the slot of either pouches or aiming sight to get wider clip, but for this class and this class only, there might be an argument to be made about the viability of this choice. Now for the rest of the upgrades, it's pretty much self-explanatory stuff. High impact rounds increases the slowing effect of suppressive fire for the whole squad as long as this Marine is alive. This is insane. Crazy good. Suppressive fire already slows enemies and shreds everything that comes into the cone of fire. This will make it even better. M56 ACT allows the Marine to deploy the M56 Smart Gun as an autonomous sentry. While the M56 Smart Gun is deployed, the Marine will use their secondary weapons. Attention here, guys. You have to go this and make sure you at least have revolver unlocked, because the service pistol is a pea shooter. The revolver does decent damage but is slow and requires a lot of reloading. The SMG is very viable either in the hands of a Marine or in the circuits of a drone. Is circus something that makes sense? The circuits of the drone, that's it. That's what we're gonna call it. So once you put this baby down, you have pretty much an extra sentry. And if you're carrying the optimal amount of sentries and create a kill zone, including the smart gun, there's very little stuff that can survive that kind of onslaught. Remember, it's all the sentries and your Marines firing at the same time. Throw a flare in the kill zone and watch the fireworks. Just remember, you have to pick up your gun again, and of course you're expending ammo as you're using it as a sentry. Advanced tracking system. Increase the Marine's accuracy on enemies targeted by kill that bastard by 10 points. This has to be explained. When the Marine is automatically firing at something, they are using auto target acquisition. Kill that bastard is the action where you click on an enemy with the Marine, and that Marine fires at the enemy directly. The squad focuses the designated target. So everyone will shoot at the target, but this mofo right here will do it with 10 more points of accuracy. Okay? Now, since it's the heavy unit, I would go with RPG. On my gunner, I wouldn't recommend you use something that forces them to hold a dedicated position like the incinerator, because for the incinerator you have to keep them there firing the incinerator. The mine, I think it's a better fit for the technicians, since they will have to go to upgrade turrets or take care of other stuff. They might as well be placing the mines. So for the gunner, I suggest the RPG. Not gonna lie, people, it is extremely useful to have one of these guys in the squad, and if you get to the point of the game where you have 5 Marines, there is no point in going around the bush. Have a gunner in there as well, and they will earn their keep. It's not the most, let's say, exciting of the classes because it's very straightforward, but when you need efficiency and effectiveness, it's a class that will 100% perform. Sometimes the Xenos can soak up a lot of bullets, and if you have a guy in the squad that makes every bullet count for more and causes bigger problems to the hive, that's probably much the best investment you can make. Hope you like this vid, peeps. We'll be back with the ranking. Check out the rest of the class stuff. I've broken down every single one. Sub, like, and hit the notification bell. Come by the streams and let me know who you are so I can call you out. Disclaimer, if you've been wondering what happened to me and I'm not streaming these days, I just moved house, my ISP messed up and I'm waiting for it to be fixed. I'm leaving this little tidbit here as a reminder. 1 year from now, if humanity hasn't gone extinct, we'll know why I did 3 fewer streams during the past 2 weeks. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection, Marines. Gears.